Okay, Ray's has a problem. A whole bunch of packing crates have been dropped off, and Ray's has to make sure that each one gets delivered to the right place. Ray's thinks to himself, I can lift them, but I can't deliver them. Gee, I wonder if Hector can help it. Oh, hi, Hector. I need some help delivering these crates. Do you think Tipper might help? Yeah, I bet he would, says Hector. I'll go get him now. So Hector goes off to get all the parts he needs to make Tipper. First, we've got to get all the parts into Hector's flatbed. And up they go. Wow, that's a lot of parts. Then it's back to Ray's place to move those crates. Sure is a pretty day, isn't it? When Hector gets back to Ray's, he unloads all the parts and gets to work. To build Tipper, you start with the bed. Then you put on the body and the container and door. That's where the crates will go. Then there's a bumper, in case you go bump. Then we put on 2 wings to cover the big wheels, and headlights, and 4 wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 on one side and 2 on the other. Then we need 2 wing mirrors. Clunk, clink. And a siren. And there's Tipper. Ta-da! Hi, Tipper. Ray's quickly loads the crates onto Tipper. And off Tipper goes. And then he stops and thinks, oh, that's right. Medical supplies for Stitch. So Tipper drops off the first crate with Stitch. And then he delivers some new parts in the second crate for Squish. Thanks, Hector, says Ray's. And Hector says, happy to help. Bye. Okay, the sun is shining. Check. The kids are all at the playground. Check. And they're all having a wonderful time. Check. Wait, they're not. Except for him. Hector is riding by and he hears all the kids having a little moan. And he stops and thinks, what's all that about? Better have a look. Well, the kids wanted something new to play with, and they tried to explain. Well, it's gotta be fun. And Hector thought and thought, and then he thought, hey, I have an idea. Yay! And off Hector went to get a bouncy castle. Did you know that bouncy castles are made of rubbery stuff, and you fill them up with air so it's like a big balloon, and you bounce on it, and it's wicked fun. Hector hits the road and heads back to the playground. The kids weren't excited at all when Hector unloaded a bouncy castle. Haha, that's a joke. They were really excited. Now, to build a bouncy castle, first, you need the bouncy castle. Next, you need the air compressor and a pipe to go between the two. You connect one end of the black pipe to the purple air compressor and the other end to the bouncy castle. Switch her on and the compressor blows air into the bouncy castle and ta-da! Bouncy castle! Yay! Thank you, Hector! All the kids got up into the bouncy castle and got to work having fun. And Hector had fun too. And they bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced. Oh, look, there's Stitch the ambulance. She's going very fast because she has to get to the hospital quickly. You see, the hospital is just on the other side of the bridge. Oh no, the bridge is broken. It fell down. What should we do? Panic and run around? No, that won't help. We need a new bridge. Stitch thinks maybe Hector can help. Go Hector, help Stitch, help Stitch. And there's Hector. Hector, help Stitch, help Stitch.
Hector, I need to get to the other side of the bridge quickly, and the bridge fell down, and can you...
Thank you, Hector. Hector is going to get all the parts needed to build Skyler the helicopter. Roll him out, Hector!
Hector, roll him out. Hector, roll him.
Here we go, says Hector. To build Skyler the helicopter, you start with the body. Then you put on the landing skids. There are 2 of those, and they go underneath. Then you need the tail boom. It doesn't actually go boom. It's the tail piece at the back. Next, you put on the tail rotor. That's the little propeller at the back. And finally, you put on the main rotor blade. That's what makes Skyler go into the sky. And ta-da! There's Skyler the helicopter. Skyler is going to get a replacement bridge. And believe me, it's very, very heavy. But Skyler can do it because she's so strong. Careful! And there we go. Job done. Thank you, Skyler. Now Stitch can get to the hospital. You're very welcome, says Skyler. Bye! Now Stitch can cross the bridge and get to the hospital on time. Hey, Stitch, why were you in such a hurry?
I forgot.
Bye, Hector. One day, Hook was on his way to see his friend Ray's when he came across a big hole in the road. When he looked in the hole, he saw that it had been caused by a broken water pipe. Hook thought for a second and decided right there that the first thing to do was to fix that water pipe. So he rushed off to the warehouse where they keep the new water pipe and picked up a section that was just the right size. When he got back to the hole, he put down the new piece very gently. Then he reached into the hole and grabbed the broken piece with his hook and pulled and pulled. When it was free, he set it down very gently as well. We can recycle that, he thought. Next, he picked up the new piece and set it into place. And it fit perfectly. Ta-da! Oh dear, he quickly thought. The water pipe is fixed, but there's still a big dangerous hole here. I know, I'll ask Hector for help. Soon, Hector was on the way.
What can I do you for, Hook?
Asked Hector. I think we need Carrie to dump a big load of dirt in this hole to fix it and make it safe, said Hook. Soon, Hector was on his way to get the parts for Carrie the dump truck. Up they go onto Hector's flatbed. He sure is strong. And then back to the hole in the road he zooms. Now, to build Carrie the dump truck, you start with the cab. Then you attach the flatbed. After that, you put on the big bucket that holds all the dirt. Of course, every working truck needs a bumper. And some wings to cover the back tires. Next, you need the wheels. There are 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 on each side. Now you put on the big, heavy dump truck bucket door. Plus 2 wing mirrors. Clunk, clink. And finally, a siren that's also a light. Gotta be safe when you're backing up. Ta-da! Hi, Carrie. Carrie rushes off to get some dirt to fill the hole, and then rushes back.
Okay, let's get this show on the road,
says Hector. Carrie backs up to the hole and tips his big bucket full of dirt, and the big door opens and the dirt goes sploosh and into the hole, and there you go. The hole in the road is fixed. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, Hook. Thank you, Hector. Green, Whirly, and Bo are a little nervous. They're waiting for Train all by themselves. They've never gone on a train without Mom, and what's making them really nervous is that Train hasn't arrived yet. Hector, says Green. We've been waiting for Train to arrive for ages and he hasn't. Can you help? Yep, says Hector. And off he goes to get the parts for Train. Now, Train has a lot of parts. I mean, a lot of parts. And they're big and they're wicked heavy too. Hector has to be really strong to carry all those parts, especially that fast. Here we are. Now, to build Train and his carriages, you start with the bed. Then you add the cab and the big, strong engine. That big round piece is where they make the steam in a steam engine. The next piece goes on the front. It's called the buffer. It's there to protect the front of the train. After that, we have the wheels. On Train the engine, there are 4 of those. 2 on one side and 2 on the other. Then we have to add the connecting rods. There's 1 on one side and 1 on the other. These help to put the power from Train the engine into the wheels. Of course, we have to have the lights in the chimney, too. Haha, Train is starting to look like a train. Next, we have the beds for the carriages. Told you there were a lot of parts. And the bodies for the carriages. There are 3 carriages on this train, so 3 bodies. And then the doors for the carriages. There are 6 of those, 2 on each side. Next, each carriage needs 4 wheels, just like Train. That's 2 on each side. When you add it up, that's 12 wheels. Each set of wheels needs a connecting rod, just like Train's wheels do. And last, to join the 3 carriages together with Train, you use big, strong bolts. Ta-da! Hi, Train. Now, let's get moving here. Green, Whirly, and Bo get on to Train's carriages once the doors are open. Then the doors shut, and we're off. Over a bridge and across a river. Then through a tunnel under a mountain, and all thanks to Hector. Thanks, Hector.